Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Beanie, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Later on this week, we are going to have a huge content update coming out. SDS is coming out with something called the All-Star Summer. I don't know if they're just going to release like a whole bunch of All-Star versions of cards that are, of guys that are going to make the All-Star team, or if they're just going to focus like really heavily on the All-Star type of card, flashback card. I'm not really sure what's going to be going on there. So we're not going to be speculating on that, but what we are going to be speculating on is they are going to release a whole new batch of career arcs. Now, we already have all of these career arcs. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 career arcs right now. I would imagine that we'll probably get like 10, 11, 12, 13 more in this next content update, which should be awesome. Should be give you a lot more to like grind for. It should make these position programs right here that everybody's been working on all year a lot more useful. And so yeah, I'm really excited about it, but I'm also kind of dreading it because the grind is going to be so bad or whatever. It's going to be very time consuming, but it shouldn't be too terrible. So yeah, mostly I'm just really excited to have some new players. Content has been a little bit on the light side so far this year, so getting a lot of new players should be pretty cool. And I'm going to be speculating on, usually or generally we seem to have like one career arc for every position. So I'm going to be going through every position and talking about some possibilities of some guys that could be that could be a career arc, and I'm mostly going to be focusing on legends, just because I have a better grasp on who some of those could be, rather than some live series guys. Because with live series guys, if they've ever had like one good year, it could be one of them. But since we have a limited amount of legends, and we already know which legends already have like some good cards and stuff that they might not try to focus on or whatever, so we're just going to be talking about legends, except for relief pitchers. I think we're going to see some live series cards for relief pitchers. I think we'll see live series cards for other things too, but there just aren't that many legend relief pitchers to pull from. So mostly I think we're going to be getting live series for that. But anyways, yeah, let's go and let's try to figure out who some of these career arcs might be. Okay, for catcher, the first guy that immediately caught my attention as a possible career arc is Benito Santiago, and obviously a very good player. I think that if he got a career arc card, it would be a good deal better than this. This is from all of these are going to be from the offline rosters or whatever. Obviously, defensively, he's probably going to be the best catcher in the game, maybe except for Yadier Molina. But honestly, I think this card looks better than the Yadier Molina. But offensively, he's not going to be fantastic, but I think that they could find a card that's better than this. I think that, he'll have a few attributes that crack the 70 threshold, probably have power that's a little bit better. So I think Benito Santiago is a definite possibility for catcher. And then the other guy that I think could be a possibility for that position is where is he? Let's see here. It should be, yeah, right here, Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra doesn't really have a great card so far this year, and obviously he's one of the most popular catchers of all time. He would be very good defensively. He would have a good bit of power and contact and all that. Should be a really good card. So that'll be interesting if they make him the career arc. And the catcher position will bleed in to the Mike Piazza program, so you should be able to finish that after these are released. So that should be pretty awesome. A lot of people may say Yogi Berra might deserve to be an immortal, but with Johnny Bench, I think he's good. If they have another catching immortal, I think it'll probably be Johnny Bench instead of Yogi Berra. So I think Berra is going to get a career arc. I think he's probably the most likely guy too. At first base, we have a few possibilities, but the one that I'm really, really hoping for is an Eddie Murray card, because he's a switch hitter. He hit very well versus both sides. I think if he got a career arc, it would be better than the card you're looking at right now. Honestly, I think all the cards will be better, so I'll stop saying that. But an Eddie Murray card would be money, just because there aren't that many switch hitting first basemen that hit both sides of the plate very well. Mark Teixeira is retired, so we don't have him anymore. And I love having as many switch hitters as possible. So he would be a guy that would probably hop right into my lineup, and he would be a factor from day one. So I'd be pretty excited about an Eddie Murray card. Another one that we haven't seen so far is Frank Thomas, if I can just find him here. It's kind of hard to sort through all these, but yeah, Frank Thomas would be a monster. One of the best hitters of all time, definitely in the past 30 years. Just a mammoth baseball player, and definitely a White Sox legend. And I think he's a definite possibility to get an eventual career arc. All of these will bleed into the Albert Pujols Immortal program as well, so that should be nice. And finally, I think another guy who is a possibility is Fred McGriff. I don't know if it would be an Atlanta Braves or a Tampa Bay Ray card. Probably an Atlanta Brave, if I had to guess. But McGriff, obviously a fantastic player as well. Lots of power. Would be a solid addition to the game. So yeah, those are the three at first base. Moving on to second base, this is probably the one that I'm most excited about, and some people may say he even deserves to have an Immortal card or something along those lines, and I wouldn't disagree with that, but I don't know. I think he's kind of in between being an Immortal and a career arc, so I'm just going to say he's going to have a career arc, and that is the Roberto Alomar. Alomar is one of the best like 5-tool type players to ever play the game. He had contact, he had pop, he had speed, he was great defensively. Even though I think he was a little overrated defensively, but he would get a monster card. Probably would be my second baseman immediately, and once again, he'd be another switch hitter, so that would be a big bonus if we could get that done. So yeah, Roberto Alomar is a possibility there. The other one is Rod Carew. Rod Carew really he has like a silver card that is okay. But it's really nothing to write home about, and honestly, if they came out with a career arc for Rod Carew, it probably wouldn't be like the greatest card in the world, just because he'd never really had a lot of power, but they could give him some speed, and they could give him a lot of contact and all that, maybe make him like decent defensively or something, and it could be an intriguing kind of card, but I don't think this would be one of the more popular career arcs that they could come out with. Okay, at third base, Brooks Robinson already has a diamond card, but I don't really think it captures exactly what Brooks Robinson was all about. Last year, we had a program for Brooks Robinson that was for a fantastic card. It was one of the best cards in the game defensively. Obviously, I mean, it's freaking Brooks Robinson, but it also had like 90+ power, or 90+ contact, 78 power, or something like that, with really good vision. It was an excellent card that was kind of brought down a little bit because he had a bad swing. But this year, I don't think that'll be as much of a problem. So if they can give us a card that even comes close to approximating the Brooks Robinson from last year, it could be one of the most valuable cards in the game. So I'd be really excited if they put a Brooks Robinson in there. Another guy is George Brett. George Brett is kind of in between being an Immortal and a career arc type guy. But if they make him a career arc, I have no doubt that it'll be extremely good. It'll have solid defense, good pop, great contact and vision and all that. So George Brett card would be money. I don't think Mike Schmidt is going to get one, even though a lot of people seem to think he will. I think that would be an injustice to Mike Schmidt. He's by far the best third baseman of all time, even better than Chipper Jones in my opinion. Or not by far, but he is better. overall in his career. Elite defensively, elite power, all of that good stuff. I think he should be an immortal, but a lot of people seem to think he might make a career arc, so I don't know, maybe. And then finally, another guy that I think could be a possibility is Tony Perez. He was mostly Tony Perez was mostly a third baseman or a first baseman, but he played a good bit of third base in the middle portion of his career, and he had some of his best years there. He hit 300 one year, I think, with like 37 home runs. He had a 40 home run year while playing third base. So if they could give him a really good career arc with a lot of pop, good contact, vision, all that, I could definitely. And Tony Perez last year, for whatever reason, he was an extremely popular card. So it'd be kind of cool to get Tony Perez back in the game as a career arc. And but anyway, moving on to shortstop. Shortstop, I have no idea. I have no idea which direction they're going to go. I think Barry Larkin is a possibility. Where is Barry? Come on, Barry. Where are you? It's hard to find these guys. Well, you know what? Let's start with Robin Yount. Robin Yount is definitely a possibility. Is it Yount, cunt, fuck, shit? I don't know. You guys can rip me in the comments for saying Yount wrong. But anyways, Robin is, he had a card that was kind of similar to like the Brooks Robinson, except he played shortstop. His defense wasn't as good last year, but, he had speed, really good contact, solid power, vision. It'd be really awesome if they gave him a card like that. It might even take him to being the best shortstop in the game other than the immortal, who is the immortal shortstop? Having a brain fart right now. I can't think of it, but anyway, it'd be a very Cal Ripken, obviously, but it'd be a very solid shortstop nonetheless. But yeah, so Robin Yount is a possibility there. Another one, like I said before, Barry Larkin. Larkin would have an intriguing card. I don't know if he'd have the most power, but obviously he'd have a lot of speed, contact, and defense to fall back on, and could be an intriguing option over there at shortstop. Last year he had a very solid card that I think he had a lot of power versus lefties, but not as much versus righties. So could be a solid card there. And then another one that I really don't think is going to happen because he already has a diamond card in the game is Pee Wee Reese. This is just one just because I don't know I don't know what the best Pee Wee Reese card in the game is going to look like, and if we already have it, if it's that diamond card that we have from the Dodgers, it's not going to be a very good one, and Pee Wee Reese is going to be kind of a forgotten legend. But if they give him a better one, maybe it'll be in this career arc that we're about to see. I don't think Aparicio is going to get one. He just wasn't very good. But okay, moving on from shortstop to left field. First guy is right here, Ralph Kiner. This is a guy that I'm really hoping for because, man, if they give him a career arc, it is going to just be a monster. He's probably going to have 110 plus power versus both sides with like 80 contact. Offensively, he's going to be one of the best cards in the game, but obviously he was not known for his fielding or speed or anything like that, so you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit to get that offense, but I think it'll be worth it in the end if they do give him a career arc. Another guy, Jim Rice. Jim Rice, would he be over here? Don't know. It's hard to tell which team they're going to put these guys on. Maybe expansion era, probably. Yeah, Jim Rice. Jim Rice, another very solid hitter, a bit better defensively than Ralph Kiner. Could be kind of an intriguing option. Albert Belle. Albert Belle is one that, man, if they gave us an Albert Belle, I would probably crap myself. Well, I mean, I know that we're going to get an Albert Belle, but if they gave it to us in a career arc, I would crap myself just because this guy was so good, so underrated. I mean, even though everybody knew how great he was still kind of underrated in his career. He had a season where he hit 50 doubles and 50 homers in the same season. I mean, that's just absurdity. So maybe take that season, give him a career arc, and make my day, because he would definitely be in my starting outfield, no doubt about it. And then finally, another guy who has a diamond already, but who I would like to see get an upgraded version. of that. Not sure where he is. Let's try to find him. Oh, come on. Come on. God, it's so hard to sort through all this. I guess he's on the mid-century team. Where is he? Okay, here he is. Lou Brock. I would love for Lou Brock to get an improved diamond. I think all of these are going to be 90-plus cards. So even if I think the Lou Brock is like an 85 overall diamond, barely a diamond, and they should give him a 90-plus diamond, one that has fantastic contact versus both sides and a good bit of power versus righties, like 70 power or something like that versus righties, and then obviously 99 speed with good reaction and all that is a given. I would love to see a Lou Brock card be a very useful card in Diamond Dynasty. And then center fielders, I think Kenny Lofton, would he be in the long ball beasts? I doubt it, but we'll see. Let's see. Nah, expansion era. Probably expansion era. Let's see here. What the hell? Do they not have any center fielders in the expansion era thing? Dude, they don't have any center fielders. That's weird. Mid-century? Is he on the mid-century team? That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Center fielder. Hold up. Did I miss him? Yeah, I missed him. My bad, guys. Kenny Lofton would be kind of like a Lou Brock with maybe a little bit less power, but better defense and maybe a weaker arm. But yeah, Kenny Lofton would be very solid, a nice speedy center fielder with solid defense to help you out. And then Johnny Damon would kind of fit that same mold, maybe with a little bit more power, but his defense wouldn't be as good, clearly. So maybe they give him a career arc. I don't know. Center field was a little tougher. And then in right field is loaded. Sean Green is a guy that could potentially get a career arc. Let's see if anybody else on this. No, not Vlad. Tony Gwynn is a guy that could get a career arc, and I really hope that he does because I love Tony Gwynn cards. They're like Ichiro cards except with a little bit more power. Could be a very solid card, man. I love me some Tony Gwynn. And a couple other guys, well actually 4 other guys. Andre Dawson. This was my favorite card last year. Andre Dawson's 99 overall card. It was a monster offensively. It was a monster defensively, and it had a lot of speed. It was the essential 5-tool player from last year. In fact, I liked him a good deal more than I liked Mike Trout. I was a huge Andre Dawson advocate last year. So if they give him a career arc that even approaches his card from last year, I'm going to be so happy because he was just mammoth for me last year. Outside of Andre Dawson, Gwynn, and Sean Green, have a few others. Al Kaline is one of them. I assume he's going to be on this team over here. Let's see here. Al Kaline, very solid defensively, or elite defensively, very solid offensively. Nice little card if you're going for a more defensive focused team while still maintaining a pretty good offense. Al Kaline could be a solid option. Harold Baines is one guy that could be interesting, you know, not too terribly good defensively or offensively, but just kind of across the board a solid player. And then finally, Dave Winfield. I mean, Dave Winfield is one of but he's another kind of Andre Dawson-like 5-tool player with a cannon arm, good offensively, good power, good speed, all of that good stuff. Dave Winfield could have an elite level card. So now that we've gone through the position players, let's talk about a few pitchers that could be options on here. We have, these should be a little easier to find. Well, I say that, and I immediately can't find them. Okay, the first one, Ron Guidry. Last year, he had a 99 overall card. It has him listed as a relief pitcher here, but if they give him a career arc, it will be a starter, and it would be, especially with this year's engine, it could be one of the better left-handed options for us going forward. So Ron Guidry, Bert Blyleven is also, I know everybody kind of hates Bert Blyleven and his cards, but he could be a solid pitcher this year, actually, given the fact that curveballs are so overpowered, and he has probably the best one in the game. So Bert Blyleven, he might finally be viable. I don't know. Another one, Doug Drabeck. Is Doug Drabeck on this team? Or is he over here? Yeah, he's over here. Doug Drabeck. This is a card that I would actually look forward to because he had a disgusting sinker last year. And this year, that would make this card even better. Also, really good off-speed stuff and stuff like that. If they give him anywhere close to good per nines, it's going to be a dominant card. Gaylord Perry, everyone's favorite card that's literally on, every damn team that or every damn game they have like 50 Gaylord Perrys, but he might actually be viable now. Who knows? In the past he hasn't been, but this year you never know, especially if they give him what was the card last year that they gave him, like a screwball and a palm ball and a splitter and all kinds of crazy pitches. Could be an interesting option there. Warren Spahn is another guy. Lefty with a screwball, good per nines. He already has a gold card that you get from the Braves, I think Team Epic, but it's not very good, so I could see them giving him a solid career arc. A couple other guys. This one I really want to see. Doc Ellis. Doc Ellis. I want to see this one real bad. Where is he? Come on now. Don't do me like this. Wait, I don't get it. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Okay. Why is he on the mid-century? Okay, whatever. But yeah, Doc Ellis could be a nasty card. In his prime, he was a disgusting pitcher. So this is the one that I'm really rooting for. Is for Doc Ellis. Plus, he's a new legend. We haven't seen a lot of him, so could be really solid. And a few others. Dave Stieb. Or Stieb, or what, Stieb. Fuck me in my ass. Dave. Okay, here we go. Dave Stieb. Very solid card last year. I think he had a sinker last year, so it kind of reminded me of the Doug Drabeck card. But if they can improve on some of these attributes, he could be a solid option. And then finally, Fergie Jenkins. Last year, Fergie Jenkins actually had a 99 overall card. Don't think he's going to be an immortal this year, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that he's going to be more of a really, really good career arc type of pitcher. And if they can give him like a really nice delta between that four seam and the forkball, could be a solid pitcher. So yeah, that's it for the starting pitchers. And then for the relief pitchers, there's only one guy there are only two guys, legend-wise, that I think have a shot at getting a career arc. The first one is Raleigh Fingers. I think he already has one kind of good card in the game already. But I think they may give him a career arc, maybe add a splitter to him, improve on his per nines a little bit, and give him a very usable card. Then Bruce Sutter already has a card that's probably as good as he's going to get in the game, so I don't think he's going to get one. Dennis Eckersley, though, I think will get a career arc. This is probably the one that I'm the most confident in, that he's going to get a career arc. Legendary pitcher. Definitely deserving of one, but I don't think he's deserving of an immortal, so I think a career arc is going to be the way to go for him. And then after that, I think a couple live series players could get a look. Guys like Zach Britton, whose card isn't as great this year, but they could, give him a flashback or something that could be amazing. Kenley Jansen is one that I think that a couple years ago they gave Kenley Jansen a rookie card that was actually rated lower than his live series card, but it ended up being better because he also had like elite level per nines, and they actually gave him a curveball and a changeup to go with all of his other pitches, so he was just dominant. That was like, it's probably one of my favorite cards in the history of MLB The Show. The only reason he was rated lower, though, was because his walk per nine wasn't quite as good. So if they did something like that, I would be all over a Kenley Jansen card. Andrew Miller, is another guy. He already has a really good relief pitcher card, so I don't know if they'll go with Andrew Miller. I don't know how much different they could do with him, but he is an option. And then Dellin Betances, who obviously has gone down a good bit. They could give him a flashback, kind of similar to the Zach Britton, and just giving him a guy that's really viable in this year's game. So that's it. Those are the guys that I think have a shot, or at least the legends that I think have a shot at getting a career arc in the coming days. So stay tuned. Watch this live stream on Wednesday to see how many I get right, how many I get wrong. And yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Who are some guys that I missed? Who are some guys that could get a career arc that I missed? Who are some live series guys that you think might get a career arc? Could like Jose Altuve get one, Mike Trout, or some older guys like Matt Kemp? Well, no, not Matt Kemp, but I don't know. Who are some older guys that maybe could? Maybe somebody like Yoenis Cespedes or somebody like that, that is a gold now but used to be a diamond level. Somebody like, I don't know. Shit. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking around. Adrian Beltre, he already has a really good card too. I don't know. Who got, maybe like Josh Donaldson or Robinson Cano. Well, no, he already has his fucking diamond. Shit. Pedroia could be a guy. Pedroia could be a guy, no doubt. Ryan Zimmerman could be a guy. Miggy definitely could be a guy. So yeah, there are some options for guys like that. Buster Posey, maybe. Give Buster Posey an improved card. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, really appreciate a sub. And yeah, I love you guys. I will see you guys later. But until then, peace.